Now, since 2017, Monique, she's been in the media, rumored as difficult these past few years. Now, this has become as messy as I thought it would get. I knew it would get messy, and I knew it would come back up. But on this video, I would like to talk about Monique's battle with the world, even her own son, Shalon. I want to thank everyone for tuning in to the channel. This is going to be my first video back. We're now Brittany's views, and let's get into this Monique video. Okay, so I feel like this all started when Monique went to her deal, went to Netflix so she can get a deal, a comedy special. And this happened back in 2017. So this started when Netflix gave her an offer of $500,000, $500,000. Then Monique went out into the media and stated that Netflix was being discriminatory and lowballing her and playing favorites and things like that. So that's when everyone wanted to boycott Netflix. And since then, things have just been going downhill for Monique. First of all, to get into the Netflix deal, I don't think that she was lowball, and this is just my personal opinion. I'm just going off of, history with Monique. So, of course, in the 90s, we all know Monique for playing on the show The Parkers. She also played on Moesha. This was late 90s, early 2000s. She came out with a movie called Fat Girls. And then, of course, the famous movie everyone knows is Precious. And that came out in 2009. Now, 2024 today, that's 15 years ago. Now, Monique has done some specials, some comedies in between those movie times. However, going to Netflix, getting a Netflix deal so she can have a special on Netflix, they offer her $500,000, $500,000 for a deal with Netflix. Now, in 2017, me personally, I do not feel like she was lowball. The reason why I don't feel like she was lowball was because in order to get paid these millions, and in order to get paid how she would like to get paid, I feel like she needed to put in more work. Because if you Google Monique, you see that she has a few seasons on a few shows. Everything is really early 2000s. She hasn't had many shows and work, I feel like, to put in for Netflix to give her more money. Now, that's just my personal opinion. You guys can let me know what you think in the comments. Now, moving on from the Netflix deal. So that whole uproar was in the media, and Monique was telling everyone to boycott Netflix. Fast forward, she went on Club Shay Shay. Well, no, I'm sorry. Before Club Shay Shay, she actually did an interview with Steve Harvey. Now, I'm going to go ahead and put that link in the comments of the interview with Steve Harvey. But in that interview, Steve Harvey and Monique was telling Steve Harvey how she feel like Steve Harvey did her wrong because Monique was trying to stand up for equality, and she feel like she was being discriminated against. And she said no to Oprah. She said no to Lee Daniels and a few other big names she did name in the Steve Harvey interview. She feel like she was being discriminated against. And her point was she feel like Steve Harvey should have did more, should have stood up for her. Now, I can see Monique's personality. To me personally, she's the type of person that she's really outspoken. She don't back down. If something's on her heart and she needs to say it, she goes out and say it. She doesn't hold her tongue. And I do feel like that type of personality can be intimidating to some people. If she has something to say, Monique will say it. If she feels a certain way, she will address it. So in that sense, I do feel like, personality does play a part. However, in my opinion, she does seem a tad bit to work with. She doesn't seem like she let things roll smooth. She does seem like the type that it's always a problem, or it's always something she's not agreeing with. Always causing a scene. So now, Steve Harvey in that interview was basically saying, hey, I don't feel like you did. Well, Steve Harvey says that he feels like she was wrong, because I do believe there was a show in between that time, or right after she said no to Lee Daniels and Oprah and the other powerful people. She said no to those people, and she told them to suck her parts in public, on stage. So that's where Steve Harvey feels like she could have went about that another way. She didn't have to say that in public in front of everyone out loud. So Steve Harvey was saying once she did that, she told those powerful people to do that burnt her bridge, meaning her career going downhill, her not getting any opportunities, and she feels like all of that was wrong. Monique doesn't feel like she did anything wrong. Now, fast forward to the Club Shay Shay interview. She did spill some beans. She did talk about some, problems that she did have in the past. And in that Club Shay Shay interview, Club Shay Shay asked her, so how do you describe the relationship between you and your son? Monique did not say anything out of the way. She did not say anything disrespectful. The only thing she did say was, that is a relationship I'm going to go ahead and have to let time take its course and work itself out. That's to sum it up. That's what she said. So now, after the Club Shay Shay interview, now her son is all over TikTok, going over the relationship between her and her mother. Her son was explaining how, his mother had to work, and it was time where he wasn't able to spend time with her, and just a whole bunch of things that went on throughout his childhood. Now, his mother being Monique, just as any parent, they do have to work. There's times where they can't spend time with their children because, of course, we all have to work. We have to try to make a living. But I feel like it's two sides to this story. So I do feel like Monique, she may have been being a little difficult when it comes to her getting deals and getting stand-ups and doing things like that. Now, with her son, I feel like that's something personal. That's something that she needs to work out with her son, because we all don't live forever, and you never want to have any bridges burnt, or you never want to have any, bad blood with your child. So I do feel like that is something that she needs to work out between her and her son. They need to talk face to face. They both need to express themselves, and maybe her son can come to some type of peace or some type of resolution about how he feel, and listen to his mom's point of view as well. But those are just my brief thoughts about Monique in this whole situation. I do feel like, overall Monique is kind of becoming a problem, because all of this media that's going on right now is all negative. It's not positive. And I feel like she's putting herself in a negative light. Now, she just recently went on tour with Cat Williams, which that's when the whole the whole spiel about her son. She getting on stage and saying, you know, she don't mess with her son and talking about her son and things like that. She basically responded on stage after, her son did all the TikToks and things like that about her. But I do feel like them two overall, they need to heal their relationship. I do feel like, you don't want to have that kind of connection with your son. You don't, I feel like them two should work it out. Them two, I definitely feel like they should come to an agreement and, just talk it over and build that bond back. Because like I said, our parents they're not here forever. But I do feel like overall, Monique, you are becoming a problem. If anyone else has any other thoughts about this whole messy situation that Monique has created, put your thoughts in the comments, and I love to hear everyone else's point of view. I appreciate everyone for staying to the end of the video. This is your girl, Brittany, on Brittany's View, and just drop your thoughts in the comments. Don't be afraid to like, share, and subscribe. Bye, everyone.